Hi everybody, it's Melissa. Welcome to my channel. I just want to jump on here really quick. I wanted to share, it's not really a devotion, it's just a passage from the Bible and give you some words of encouragement. I've been getting some emails from some of my viewers thanking me for sharing about my illnesses, my fibromyalgia, and how to cope with that and everything. One of the things is women in particularly is that we feel like no matter how much we do, it's not enough. We are just, supposed to be going, cleaning, taking care, nurturing, so on and so forth, as well as, whatever ministries we do for our church or as friends, neighbors, all of that. And way too many times we feel like we fall short and we fail, and then we allow a ton of guilt to be heaped upon our shoulders. I kind of released myself from all of that. I was that person that, felt like I just never measured up. I could never do enough. And then when the body started failing, well, everything just went to poo-poo then. It was very hard to come to a place of acceptance where I said, okay, these are my limitations. And I have to accept those. God can deliver, heal, do whatever he wants to, but if he chooses not to, then that means he has something else. So, although I can't do so many of the things that I used to do, so many, pretty much nothing that I used to do, that doesn't mean God is done with me. It doesn't mean God is done with you. It just means that we've entered into a different season. And we have to truly seek him and not let our value be determined by the world's expectations of us, but let our value be in what God expects from us, because he knows our limitations. He knows our abilities. He knows our strengths, because he created all of them. And so even though we in our bodies feel weak, and believe me, there are days when just getting up out of my chair seems like an insurmountable thing to do. But he knows all that. He knows all that. He wants us to accept where we are right now in our lives, what season we're in, and then seek him as to what it is he has purposed for us at this moment in time. Because no matter if you feel like you're drowning, he has still purposed you for something in this season. We just have to give ourselves a break and trust God to show us what that is. I am going through so much stuff right now in my family life. It's like it is hitting me from every direction. It's like every single person I know in my family right now is struggling with something huge. And, I used to be the Melissa that liked to run in and rescue everything and everyone. I'm a very strong person. Otherwise, I would not be able to keep going with some of the things that I have faced and am facing currently. But I know that God has got this. So I have to give myself a break and, take my hands off those things that I cannot do anything about so that God can. So I pray. I make myself available, to listen, to be there, and to do what I can physically when I can. And then I do my best, and sometimes it is hard, to just not stress and not worry, because when we do that, our body breaks down even more and makes us even more limited. And so I don't want that. I want God's strength flowing through my life to do whatever it is He's calling me to do right now, right here in this season. And I believe a lot of that is here, speaking with you guys, sharing with you guys, sharing my heart, sharing what I hope is God's heart to give you hope. And so that you can find joy. We have to find joy in something. And if that means sitting down and coloring a piece of paper, then do it, because whatever brings you back into focus and into God's peace, that's what matters. This is the verse I wanted to read to you. It's Psalm 69, 1 through 3. And it says, "Save me, O God, for the waters have come up to my neck. I sink in deep mire where there is no standing. I have come into deep waters where the floods overflow me. I am weary with crying. My throat is dry. My eyes fail while I wait for my God." How many of us are there right now? Raise your hand. Hey, that's me. Sometimes it feels that way. The worries of this world surmounted on top of the worries that we have for our loved ones. And it's like you're drowning. It's like you are drowning. But no matter how big those waves are, we have to remember that God has given His angels charge over us to surround us and protect us from those things, to keep them from destroying us. They may hurt, they may pound hard, but as long as we keep our trust in God, they will not destroy us. Our bodies will fail us, all of us, eventually. No matter how long we live on this earth, our bodies are going to fail because that is what aging does. So even though, at 53, my body feels like it's 83, it's just, gosh, how can I put it? It doesn't matter, because eventually it's going to happen to all of us in one way or another. That doesn't mean we stop living. That doesn't mean we stop trusting in God. And that certainly doesn't mean we give up. I fight my battles pretty much here in my home almost every single day. I don't get out very much. It's very stressful when I have to. When I do go, it's usually doctor's appointments. I do go out as much as I can to enjoy myself a little bit, like a little bit of shopping at Michael's. As you guys know, I'm there a lot, that kind of thing. But it gets harder and harder, because it doesn't matter how short I make my trip. I'm still exhausted and in pain when it's done. But I still make my trip, and I still look forward to it, because, I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy some new pens today. Something, sometimes you just have to grab hold of the small stuff. That's why it's so important to be content with little, because not all of us are going to, have a lot. We're not all going to have perfect health to the day we die. We're not all going to have great wealth to do whatever we want to do with. Little bit by little bit, we have to find joy in the things that truly matter. And for me, that is whatever it is that God calls me to do that day. So I get up with expectation. Sometimes very late in the day I get up because I can't sleep sometimes at night because I am so uncomfortable. But I still get up knowing, you know what? Today's a new day. Today will bring, yes, new trials, but also new blessings. So be encouraged. Look for the positive. No matter how hard it is, become one of those girls where your glass is always half full. Find blessings in the things that God has put right in front of us. Sometimes we look right past those things. But look, ask God to open your spiritual eyes, to open your heart, to see the joy that is set before you, just the way Jesus endured the cross for the joy that was set before Him. Look to that. Know that God has something new for you, no matter what season you're in. God is a God of new beginnings, and every day is a new opportunity with Him to serve, to love, to find joy. And we have to store those things up for the hard times. So give yourself a break, sit down, take a rest, have a cup of tea, whatever it is you like, and spend some time just being. Because so many times we feel like if we're not going, we're somehow failing. But we're not. Sometimes we just need to be. And the best place to be is at the feet of Jesus. So I pray for all of you ladies. We are in one of the most blessed times and one of the hardest times in history. So we need God's strength daily. And I hope you find it. Stay encouraged, stay in His Word, stay in prayer. And I promise you, God has a purpose in everything. No matter how hard or how senseless it may seem, He has a purpose in everything. So as long as you are following Him, you're right in the center of where He wants you. All right, ladies, have a blessed day. Take some time for yourself today and ask God to fill you up so that He can pour you out as a blessing again. All right. I love each and every one of you. Leave me a comment. Let me know, that this has blessed you. Feel free to drop me an email as well. I try to get to them at least once every couple of days and make sure I keep everyone answered. And I love you so much, but Jesus loves you more. All right, ladies. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.